Today's game is the Houston Astros versus the Tampa Bay.
Good evening, and whoa, hey, good evening, everybody. This is Francisco from Sports Goofs, and we are doing another simulation game of the day. This time it's Andrew's team's turn as those dirty, stinking, cheating Houston Astros take on the Tampa Bay Rays here, playing for them, as they would have played tonight at Tropicana Field had the 2020 Major League Baseball season started. Well, we'll have the 2001 iterations of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays and the Houston Astros to play in their stead. So this is going to be one extra long players we can remember to forget. Well, we're not forgetting Craig Biggio, that's for sure. He is a Hall of Famer, and we will treat him with the right amount of respect there. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of other guys on these teams that, Aubrey Huff, I do remember. I think he won the World Series with the San Francisco Giants in 2010, and he's gone a bit crazy on Twitter, that's for sure. He's definitely Yosemite Sam, Flat Earther, guns, Second Amendment type of guy. So we'll see what he does. We'll talk about Aubrey Huff some other time. But the pitcher on the mound, I don't even know who this is for the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. All I know is that I picked the two worst pitchers on both the Houston Astros and Tampa Bay Devil Rays. I think they both have ERAs over 6. So I'm going to have a little fun with this. And you guys will too, as we hopefully see some offense there. But that was a fantastic play at second base, a diving stop to get that batter. I don't know who that was. There's Jeff Bagwell, another Hall of Famer. And he is the cover athlete for this video game, Home Run King, developed by Sega only for the Nintendo GameCube. And it is pretty obvious Sega used the ML or World Series Baseball 2K1 and 2K2 engine to develop this game. As I'll tell you one thing about this game. Let's talk about this game first of all. And the World Series Baseball series, at least when Sega was in direct control over it, then they sold the rights to 2K Sports, and they ruined it. So this is Maliski. I don't know what this guy is. He's got giant ears. But there's the Devil Rays lineup. They got Greg Vaughn in here. Ben Grieve, who was the Rookie of the Year in 1998. So there are some recognizable players on this Devil Rays team, but the Devil Rays wouldn't have a winning season for 10 years into their existence, so there's a lot of bad on that baseball team there. Okay, so let's get this going here. Let's see what we can do for this extra long players you can remember to forget. So let's see if I can find this guy for the Devil Rays, the starting pitcher. As we'll learn about some guys. Let's see. I think his name is
the curve. 2 balls.
Okay, Ryan Roop or Ruppe. Not even sure of the pronunciation there. Pitcher, bats right, throws right, but he's in the American League, and that is a hit deep into right center field to Craig Biggio, who throws it to third base, and that's a double. And I was going to talk about this game as the Sega series before I get to Ruppe. And that is, I have never felt more like a baseball game has recreated the size and scope of baseball fields than these games. Because I feel the largeness of like the multi-purpose stadiums that are football and baseball. I feel the grandness. Like there was a hit all the way to right center field, and I felt like that was 1-to-1 scale with the real Tropicana Field with the catwalks up there and such. So Julio Lugo with that out right there. So if there's one thing I could commend Sega for, was they recreated these ballparks pretty accurately. I can say that very much so. So, and I've been to Tropicana Field, not this iteration of it, but there hasn't been too much change, at least to the field dimensions, since 2001. And that's a deep hit into right center field, and the Rays getting the lead here. It's 1-0 with a double by Greg Vaughn. Greg Vaughn, who I think hit about 50 home runs in that 1998 season. I think he was the 4th place batter in the home run race. Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa, Ken Griffey Jr., and Greg Vaughn. So he fell just off the pace there for the San Diego Padres in 98. All right, Ryan Ruppe. Born March 31st, 1975. He's 45 years of age now. He's from Houston, Texas. So we've got him here facing his hometown team. That's pretty cool, actually. That's actually really cool. He was drafted by the New York Mets in the 19th round of the 1993 MLB draft from Northbrook High School. He was also drafted by the Kansas City Royals in the 36th round of the 1996 draft out of Texas A&M. Then the following year, drafted by the Chicago Cubs in the 29th round while he was at Texas A&M. And that's a deep, and it goes past the catwalk, so they didn't add the physics to the catwalks. That would have been cool to see. Unfortunately, they did not add the physics of it. Oh well. So Lance Berkman with a big hit there. Richard Hidalgo. Man, there's so many names here. So many great names on this Astros team. Now, this is the early 2000s Astros. Had some very competitive teams, culminating in that 2005 National League Championship squad. All right, continuing on here. Then he was finally drafted by the Tampa Bay Devil Rays in the 6th round of the 1998 MLB draft. So I guess he tried to get his stock up, as he was drafted in the 19th round and went to college to see if he could get higher. Went really low, it's 36th round, then the 29th round, then finally the 6th round by the Devil Rays in 98. He made his major league debut May 5th, 1999 at 24 years of age versus the Kansas City Royals, in which he pitched 4.2 innings, allowed 4 hits, 4 strikeouts, 4 walks, and 5 earned runs. He couldn't keep the 4 thing going. That would have been kind of neat in a way. Not the best of starts, that's for sure. He pitched his last game against my Florida Marlins, in which June 27, 2003. So he pitched against the World Series champion Marlins later that season. 1 inning pitched, 1 strikeout, no hits allowed, no walks, and no earned runs, and that was it for him. His full name is Ryan Kitman Roop. That's how it's pronounced. According to Baseball Reference, he wore number 24 for the Royals, for the Rays, and ended his career with the Boston Red Sox wearing number 30. So in 2003, he was with the Red Sox. Okay. I think I remember that series. I think the Red Sox swept the Marlins in 2003, which it wouldn't have bowled well for the Marlins if they had faced the Red Sox that season in 2003. That's a fly ball to the left field side, and that's foul there. Let's see his overall pitching numbers here. He has a minus .6 WAR. He went 24-38 with a 5.85 ERA. So not the best of careers there. So Ryan Roop. Let's take a look at maybe there's something on Wikipedia for yourself. Let me see here. Maybe there's a little more about his life, especially after his career in baseball. We'll see. I don't think we're gonna get that, but we'll see. Maybe he's like a coach or something somewhere. He also played for the Hokkaido Nippon Ham Fighters in 2003 out in Japan. And in 2005 and 2006, he spent time in both the Los Angeles Dodgers and Florida Marlins minor league systems. And that's all I got for this guy. That's it. That was his career in baseball. And unfortunately, I got nothing else for the rest of his life later on. But, yeah, well, it is what it is. Let's see, what's the next player I can beat up here? D. Erickson, Brad Ausmus, Jose Vizcaíno. Dave Erickson. Let's try Dave Erickson here. Since he's up, might as well get a look at him.
No balls, one strike.
Hoping I can find him. Let's see.
The curve. A shallow fly ball.
Don't think I got the right one here. Well, let's try this again.
The center fielder.
Because I'm searching for him on Baseball Reference and I don't see him at all here.
Batting eighth, Brad Ausmus.
Unless it's a player that they had to make up a name for, as sometimes some players aren't in the Baseball Players Association, and thus they just put in a fill-in player for that position. So I don't have it. I don't have a hit here either for Dave Erickson or David Erickson. I'm spelling it the right way, at least according to this game. So Jose Vizcaíno, although I remember you, we're going to take a look at your career as you played a long time.
Gomez makes the catch.
So Jose Vizcaíno played shortstop, second base, and third base. He was a switch hitter, and he threw right-handed, 6'1", 150 pounds, while he was playing from San Cristobal, Dominican Republic. And he was drafted out of, I guess you would say, high school in the Dominican Republic. He made his major league debut September 10th, 1989, at the age of 21.
One runner left on base in the middle of the third. Tampa
For
Bay
against the San Diego Padres, in which he had 2 at-bats and did not register a hit. His last game played was October 1st, 2006, at the age of 38, versus the Milwaukee Brewers, and only had 1 at-bat and did not register a hit.
The changeup.
Okay, and he wore lots of numbers over his career, and I'm going to have to find a way to organize this. Well, let's take a look at the teams he played for. The Los Angeles Dodgers, the Houston Astros, the New York Mets, the Chicago Cubs, the San Francisco Giants, the St. Louis Cardinals, the Cleveland Indians, and the New York Yankees. So he played initially for the Los Angeles Dodgers for about 2 seasons. Made his debut, didn't play that many games. He only played about a few games there initially from 1989 to 1990. Then went on over to Chicago Cubs and established his career a little more, especially in 1993 when he got up to 151 games played. In 1994, he went off to the New York Mets and played for about 3 seasons there, and then had a mid-season trade to the Cleveland Indians for, I guess, their run at a title, but unfortunately the Indians didn't win anything. Then in 97, he joined the San Francisco Giants and helped them win the NL West that year, but they got swept by the Marlins in the division series. In 98, he signed with the Dodgers, so he made it back to the team that drafted him, although it looks like he had some injury-plagued seasons as he didn't play that much from what I can see here, or at least he was not used as a starter or maybe he was just a platoon situation. Then he played, then he went with the New York Yankees in 2000. So he was initially with the Dodgers, then went to the Yankees in the year 2000. So he does have a World Series championship under his belt with that 2000 Yankees that beat the New York Mets. So he got himself a ring at least. He played enough to get himself a ring. But he played 73 games for the Yankees with 191 plate appearances. And let's see his total numbers with the Yanks.
The shortstop
Scored 23 runs, 48 hits, 8 doubles, a triple, no home runs, and 10 RBI. So just an extra man for that Yankees squad while they marched on to a World Series title, their third consecutive at that point.
A fastball.
Then moving on to Houston, where he is with this video game right now. And finally, San Francisco Giants in 2006, and the St. Louis Cardinals as well. Although, I don't think he played long enough with the Cardinals, from what I see here, to say that he won the World Series with that Cardinals squad in 2006. Because he only played 16 games for that Cardinals squad, so maybe they put him on waivers and he didn't stick around. But either way, he got his championship ring in 2000. So there you go. And let's see if we can find out what he's done with his life post-baseball career. So getting back to Wikipedia here. Oops, I dropped my phone.
Down and away.
Dropped my phone. Well, I ordered out for the first time since the whole quarantine lockdown stuff. And I got some arepas, so that was good. So first time I did that. First time I kind of trusted in doing that, so yay for me. And yeah, let's pick up that phone and do this. I'm actually not really paying much attention to this game, but Jeff Bagwell with a nice stop there and running all the way to first base to register that out. So let's search for Jose Vizcaino. There he is there with a sweet looking mustache, actually, back in his younger days with the Dodgers. So he was a backup infielder for most of his baseball career. So there you go. And he, along with Darryl Strawberry and Ricky Leday, are the only Major League Baseball players to have played for all four New York former and current teams. The Yankees, the Mets, the Dodgers, and the Giants. And he won the World Series with the Yankees in 2000, as already noted. Interesting. So post-playing career, here we go. Vizcaino currently works in the front office of the Los Angeles Dodgers as a special assistant of baseball operations, a position he has held since the beginning of 2008. Wow, so he's been on this Dodgers squad for a while now. Wow. So, I mean, so he's been in the room for a lot of big situations for the Dodgers since 2008. And this current string of success for the Dodgers. So he's made a career for himself in the executive position for the Dodgers. Wow, that's cool. There you go. I would not have known that if I didn't look this up here, thanks to our little simulation game here. So right now it's 1-0 Tampa Bay. So Roop is having an uncharacteristically good start here in this simulation game, as we're more than halfway through with this game, as the Astros can't seem to get anything going. Maybe they need to bang some trash cans and figure out what's up. And Jose Vizcaino's son, Jose Jr., played college ball at Santa Clara University and was drafted by the San Francisco Giants in the 7th round of the 2015 MLB draft. So his son is playing for the rival Giants, at least in their minor league system. I don't know. Actually, I can check Baseball Reference for that too. So let's see if we can find his son here Usually they show if they're related to anybody too, but I'll look for just his last name. Let's see if there's maybe a couple of this guy knows. Of course, I'd have to look in the minor league baseball players category. Don't see that. Well, I'll look that up some other time. Aubrey Huff. Kind of don't want to talk about him because he's kind of a powder keg, if you will, for stuff. So we won't talk about Aubrey Huff. Though you laid into the ball pretty nicely there. But let's Richard Hidalgo, since he's the one who caught that ball. Let's take a look at another guy here. Let's type his name in there. Played from 1997 until 2005. Let's load that up here. Richard Hidalgo, outfielder. He bats right. He throws right. 6'3", 220 pounds. Born June 28th, and the whole thing just disappeared on me. 1975. He's from Caracas, Venezuela, so he's from the same place I'm from. Played high school in Guarenas, Venezuela. Made his major league debut September 1st, 1997, so I'm assuming he was a September call-up. At the age of 22 versus the Milwaukee Brewers. 3 at-bats, got his first hit. No home runs, no RBIs, and no stolen bases. Played his last game, August 4th, 2005, against these Tampa Bay Rays at the age of 30. 2 at-bats, no hits, no runs, no RBIs, no stolen bases.
The third baseman makes the catch.
Wore number 15 pretty much most of his career. Wore number 16, I think, while he was... let's see. Let's get his full career here. Played for the Houston Astros, the New York Mets, and the Texas Rangers. Wore number 15 and number 16 most of his career. Switched between the two while he's with the Astros. And wore number 15 for the Mets and number 51 in his final stop with the Texas Rangers. Career WAR of 19.2, 3,459 at-bats, 929 hits, 171 home runs, and a 269, very nice average. All right. Any awards in his baseball career? I don't see much of anything here as this webpage is getting... He got some MVP votes in the year 2000 and 2003. Not that high, finished 20th and 18th place, but hey, somebody voted for him, so that's saying a lot for those 2 seasons that he had there. All right. Played 8 years with the Houston Astros. One for the, well, he was traded to the New York Mets in the 2004 season, and 1 year with the Texas Rangers to round out his career. So let's take a look at his career years in 2000 and 2003. So he played 153 games, 644 plate appearances in 2000, 558 at-bats, scored 118 runs, had 175 hits, most in his career for a single season, 42 doubles. Second most in his career, behind his 43 in 2003. 3 triples, second most in his career. He maxed out at 4 also in 2003. 44 home runs. So I think the Astros debuted in Minute Maid Park, then Enron Field, back in 2000. So I think he was taking full advantage of the brand new dimensions at Minute Maid Park, as his season prior to that at the Astrodome, he only hit 15 home runs. Now, he played a significant amount of more games, but even then, he played 108 games in 1999, 153 in 2000, so he was an everyday player by this point in 2000. So his home run numbers will go up, but I don't know if they would have gone up that high, where way more, almost triple the amount moving over to Minute Maid Park. But that was his lone offensive spark, at least home run wise, in 2000, as he would not go any higher than 28, which was in 2003. But yeah, 44 home runs, 122 RBIs that season in 2000, 13 stolen bases, a batting average of 314, which was his single season career high as well. 391 on base percentage, 636 slugging. And I'm telling you this, that 2000 season was his career year, as his OPS was 1.028. The only time it's in his career that it went to that those heights. I mean, the closest you can get is that 2003 season. His 2003 season, not as spectacular, although he was finished higher in the MVP voting. But yeah, his 2003 season played less games than in 2000, less at bats, less plate appearances, just less of everything, to be honest. It's really the highlight of his career was that 2000 season, and that ball is launched. Look at this. That's a home run for Lance Berkman. Man, big fly from the big man, the big Puma. Look at Jeff Bagwell there. Super happy there. Julio Lugo as well. All right. So let me see. What else do we have here? Let's try and look at. As Richard Hidalgo is up to bat, but I want to see his post-playing career to see if he's doing anything interesting.
The shortstop has it for the out.
All right, Richard Jose Hidalgo. Oh, Hidalgo. Whoops. That was weird. Was I going to say Degalho? That would have been funny. Very dyslexic, but funny. He batted and threw right-handed. There he is in his final appearance with the Rangers. This is a horrible picture of him. It's not even his face. It's just behind his face. It's him throwing a baseball, but it's to his back, so it's basically a photo someone took from the stands, what it looks like during batting practice. Don't know why they couldn't just get a straight-up photo of him. And that ball is launched, too. It looks like that ball is headed out. There you go, Dave Erickson. If you're a real person, I'm not even sure, because you don't show up on Baseball Reference. Nor do you, anyways, 4-1 Houston. That lead by the Rays was very tenuous. Like,
2 outs and the base is empty.
You know, this Rays team wasn't very good at all, and there was too much talent on that Astros team to say that they would be down only 1-0 during this game. So 4-1 now, especially when you got 2 Hall of Famers on the roster. Career, Hidalgo is a powerful hitter, but all good instincts. In the outfield and a strong throwing arm. Lost him in 2000, as I have already highlighted there. And blah, 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 blah. Let's see. New York Mets, 2006. Okay. 2006, he signed a minor league contract with the Baltimore Orioles, but left the team before the season started when his wife became ill. Oh, that's so bad. Hidalgo requested to be released from his contract, allowing him to go to Japan, where he would have a starting role. In 2006 offseason, the Red Sox and the Cubs showed interest in signing him. In 2007, the Astros signed him again to a minor league contract, and this was short-lived as the Astros released him in March of spring training after he refused a minor league assignment. Defensively, he recorded a .987 fielding percentage, playing at all 3 outfield positions. As 7th stretch, folks. Let's take a break here. All right, after that lovely rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, let's continue with Richard Hidalgo's career here. On April 10, 2007, he joined the Long Island Ducks. Before spring training, however, he announced his retirement from professional baseball. On July 8, 2008, he signed with the Ducks again, but left the team during the last week of August. Ooh, that is he was a victim of a violent carjacking in 2002 when he was in Venezuela. That checks out, actually. In early 2008, he tried to create a so-called Field of Dreams on his Florida property, but was voted down by residents of his neighborhood. Hidalgo has 3 sons who live with his wife in Florida, so he lives in Florida now. I would say if he lives anywhere in Florida, I believe he lives in Central Florida, probably around Kissimmee, because that is where the Astros had their spring training facility before they moved to West Palm Beach. So I think that's where he's probably at. And that's holding the Florida Fire Frogs now of the Florida State League. So, that would have been so cool. His neighbors, they voted it down. That would have been so freaking cool. In Florida, that's a Central Florida thing, that's for sure. People would have gone there, but I guess in a regular old neighborhood that wouldn't have been too enticing for his neighbors, because there might be people driving around your neighborhood in your residential neighborhood, and I mean that kind of works on a farm in the middle of nowhere in Iowa, but maybe not in the middle of a Central Florida neighborhood. So I can kind of get behind his neighbors being a little against having that there, or a lot against it. They voted against it. That's Randy Wynn. Randy Wynn! That's a name I haven't heard in a while either. Hold on, let me look him up. Let's look up Randy Wynn.
Biggio took that one to right field and got himself a base hit.
Down at Julio Lugo. No outs and a runner on second.
Oh, come on. Wait, we did our players we remember to forget for Randy Wynn a long time ago on one of our past episodes of Sports Goofs. So I can't do Randy Wynn now. If you want to learn about Randy Wynn, go take a look at that in our past episode of Sports Goofs. I actually made a separate video on YouTube just for that. So you know what? We're not going to look up Randy Wynn. I'm sorry. We've already remembered him, and now we will forget him for all of time. And he's got to get to that ball, though. So, whoa, nice play there. All the way to right center field to make that. Well, let's look up Julio Lugo. Haven't thought about him in a while either. Julio Lugo. He played for both these teams, actually. So let's take a look at him. Shortstop and second baseman. This guy is just giving up gigantic fly balls to right center. Man, he's lucky he's got his outfielders there, because woof. But Julio Lugo, he bats right, he throws right. He's 6'1", 175 pounds while he played. Born in November 16th, 1975, out of the Dominican Republic in Barahona. Drafted by the Houston Astros in the 43rd round of the June amateur draft out of Connors State College in Warner, Oklahoma. So that's where he went to play college ball. He made his major league debut April 15th, 2000 at the age of 24 against the San Diego Padres, but did not register a hit, didn't even register an at-bat, to be honest. So maybe he was walked, or maybe he just played in the infield, because he's a second and third and shortstop. Okay. Last game played August 23rd, 2011 at the age of 35 against the Chicago Cubs, and he also did not even register an at-bat. And he has a brother that played. His name is Rudy Lugo. Rudy Lugo. There we go. That makes more sense in Spanish. It's spelled Rudy, but with 2 D's. I've never seen it like that before. So, Rude D? I'm not going to harp too much on it. He wore several different numbers over his career. Number 4, 23, 3, 23, 12, 2, 28. Yeah, there's a bunch of numbers there. And he won the World Series in 2007 while he played for the Boston Red Sox. Career 13.5 WAR, 4,758 at-bats, 1,279 hits, and 80 home runs. And he also had a very nice batting average of 269. So we got 2 guys here with 269 batting average. So very nice. Very nice indeed. I like that. I like that a lot. Continuing on here, let's move forward. Played for the Houston Astros. Well, let's see. He made his major league debut with the Tampa Bay. Oh, wait, hold on. This is all weird. Oh, okay. It's ordered by the career stuff is ordered by who you played longest with. But he debuted with the Houston Astros from 2000 to 2003. He was traded to the Tampa Bay Devil Rays at that point and played with them from 2003 to 2006 when he was traded to the Los Angeles Dodgers. He signed with the Boston Red Sox in 2007 and played a lot for them, 147 games played, and won the World Series. 2008, he also played for the Red Sox. In 2009, I guess he only played 82 games, so I guess he was limited use or injury plagued. In 2009, he started with the Red Sox, but was traded to St. Louis Cardinals, and then signed with the Orioles in 2010, and signed with the Braves in 2011, but played very little at 22 games played, and finished out his career at 2011 with the Braves. So he played the most games in his career with the Devil Rays, followed by the Astros, and then the Red Sox, and then very little for the rest of the teams from there, but mostly in the American League.
The second baseman out to first.
All right. Let's see his. Well, it looks like. Let's see his career year. I would say would have to be either 2004 or 2005. I would say 2005. So 2005, 158 games played, 690 plate appearances, 616 at bats, 89 runs scored, 182 hits, most in his career in a single season, 36 doubles, 6 triples, and 6 home runs, although he maxed out in a single season for home runs with 15 in 2003. And I think that ball is going to get caught. Nice. Man, the outfielders are doing some work in this game. So Greg Vaughn here can always hit a home run, but I think this is the Devil Rays' last chance, so I'm probably going to have to cut this thing short. This is Greg Vaughn. Let's see what he does. Strike. Last at bat. 4-1 Houston. And this actually was really fast, but we get to learn some pretty interesting things about some players we haven't thought about in a while. So I'm actually really happy to learn about Jose Vizcaino. And Greg Vaughn has kept this game going, but Jose Vizcaino, the fact that he's been in the Dodgers front office for so long, that's really cool. That was really cool. Also, that Richard Hidalgo tried to build a Field of Dreams in Florida. That is also really cool. And I guess he doesn't own a farm because neighbors around him. Maybe he does own a farm. Neighbors around him are farmers. Like, don't build a baseball field. But whatever. It's over now. The Houston Astros defeat the Tampa Bay Devil Rays. Lance Berkman and Dave Erickson with home runs, a save by Billy Wagner. Never heard that name in a while either. Both teams with 6 hits, but the Astros with a big inning in the 7th. scoring 4 runs. And that's it from Tropicana Field. We're done. And that's Home Run King. And I'm done. And I'm Francisco. And take care, everybody. Thank you to our essential workers. And we'll have another game for you some other day. Tomorrow, we have our next episode of Sports Goofs. It's number 60. So we're getting really close to episode 69, and we're going to make that a really nice one. We got to think up something good for that one. But we'll see you guys next time. And we'll have another game for you. Maybe Wednesday, maybe Thursday. I don't know. We'll see. Adios. It's not the Marlins in the